Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Honeybee Stamps, and today we're going to be making a card using some products from the latest release. The first thing we're going to be using is the Garden Harvest Florals here, and we'll be using the matching dies. And we're also going to be using the Bitty Buzzwords Fall along with the matching dies. And then later on you'll see I actually don't use, well, I do use both, but not in the way that you would think. And then we have some cardstock here we're going to use, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is place all the stamps onto the piece of paper here. There's so many flowers, I decided to do them all, basically. And we'll go ahead and get those placed down, and then we are going to use some intense black ink from Honeybee Stamps to go ahead and get this stamped out. I will condition the stamps first just by rubbing my hand across the top. It helps keep the ink sticking to the stamp. All right, we have that well and good and inked up. We're going to flip this over into the Misty, get that rubbed out, and then we are going to get this coloring. It's going to happen through the magic of the internet. It's going to magically appear colored. It's going to be amazing. I wish I could Copic color that fast actually, but not possible. Here we go. Everything's colored. It's pretty amazing. Now what we're going to do now is go ahead and place all the dies onto all the pieces here on the paper, and we'll go ahead and stick that through the die cutting machine as we normally do. And then once we're done with that, there is one flower that is still remaining that needs to be cut because I made two of those flowers and I needed the one die cut to get that cut out. So here I'm just taking all the dies off of the flowers here. And then there's that one lone flower that we are going to die cut by itself. Poor little thing. It's like being picked last at gym class. So we'll go ahead and get that die on there, get it taped on, and we will run it through the die cutting machine, and we will have everything cut out for the flower. Okay, now we're going to do some ink blending. We are going to pull some colors out here and do some ink blending with them. The ink colors are from Concord and Ninth. You can use pretty much any color. This is going to be the world's fastest blending job here. And you're going to see that I actually do not end up using this panel because it ends up being a little too small for what I want it to be. So you'll see here in a second how I resolve that. And as you'll see, I got some ink on it. I need to get the sand eraser out to take the ink off. And then as I'm putting stuff on here, I'm realizing, wow, this is like really small. I don't have enough room for a sentiment or anything. So I decided to pull out the big boy here. This is a stencil by Honeybee Stamps. It's just a big rectangle, and it helps make blending with the border on the outside of the card. So here we go with the world's fastest blending again. And there we go. We have a bigger card. I'm putting everything onto the card to see exactly where I want it to be. And then I'll go ahead and use some adhesive to get this started. I did use some repositionable adhesive for the leaves because I wasn't for sure if they were going to be staying where they were. And I did not want to glue them down permanently without knowing exactly what was going to happen here. So that's why I'm using some adjustable glue here, or glue dots, I guess you would call it. And now that we have everything onto the card, that's complete, and we're going to go ahead and start the sentiment. I was going to do a big stamp, but then I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to do the sentiment in a die. So the base layer here, I am going to use vellum. And then for the actual word, grateful, I'm going to use the other panel that I made that I didn't use because it was too small. I'm just going to die cut my word out of it. So we're going to go ahead and place those in through the die cutting machine. They'll come out here. And then what we're going to do is glue the colorful word grateful to the vellum here. We're using some Honeybee Stamps glue here, fine tip, to get that onto the vellum. And I just thought this looked really cool with the gradient of the colors for the word and the gradient of the color for the background. I know here it looks a little like it blends in, but actually in person you can actually read what this says. So we're going to go ahead and put some 3M foam tape on the back of the sentiment here, and go ahead and take off the paper on the back and go ahead and get that placed onto the card. And then we're going to use the stamp set, and I'm just going to pull off the words "for you," and I'm going to stamp this right on top of the can. And this could be dangerous because I did not put it through a stamp positioner. I actually just used a block and I stamped that out. I did do a tester before I stamped it onto the card. Oh, there's my head. And yeah, I stamped this out and it's done. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting Honeybee Stamps and this channel. Please be sure to head over to Instagram and say hello over there. And also you can check me out on Instagram, on YouTube by searching for BromeroCards. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. We're just putting the last touch on here. If my head is in the way, of course, you cannot see me stamping it, but I am stamping it. It's there and I do get it perfect. I was proud of myself. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And there's a new release coming soon and you guys are going to love it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a good one.